Here's the one piece that life insurance agency owners are missing in 2026 that's going to 4x their business if they get it right and lean heavily into this process specifically for their agents and their agency owners for them to be able to scale. My name's Trey. I'm the owner of Agent Lead Lab. In the past 4 years, we've helped 550 agents issue pay $40,000 per month, and we've now helped over 3 agents scale past $1 million a month and soon to be our 4th. And on this channel, I try to talk about the strategies, tactics, and behaviors that you can go out and implement to help your business grow. So as always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's hop into the video. Today, the context of where I get this from is a quick story that I want to give you. When I was a life insurance agent myself back in 2021 and 2022, I quickly realized that there was a issue and a problem in the life insurance space of what we would call a divide between the life insurance agent and the life insurance agency, the life insurance agent and the lead vendor, okay? So what I mean by that is in most businesses, you have marketing and you have sales. They are typically together. What I mean by that is the marketing and sales should always be moving in one direction. They should be flowing together, right? 2 separate streams down the same path. But typically in the life insurance space, you have 2 separate streams in 2 opposite directions, still trying to diverge eventually at the same point, but they are just kind of flowing in the semi direction, hoping that they will come together. And typically they don't. And here's what I mean by that. You're buying leads, all right? So we used to buy these leads anywhere from $45 to about $90 a piece. They were what we call mailers, either final expense or mortgage protection mailers. And these mailers typically had, baseline information, but when you paid for them, they would send you a PDF file to your email of the handwritten information from what the client saw. And you would have agents who would constantly say, oh, these leads are 10 times better. It's because they filled it out. They went out to their mailbox. They have higher intent. And one could say that. But what I soon realized is that even a brand new agent who didn't have as much skill felt 10 times better calling this. Why? Because he was able to see what the client filled out. So it gave him more conviction. Now, when I started running my own business for context and I started hiring appointment setters, you could argue that the clientele of a life insurance lead company who's selling to other life insurance agents is higher intent, but I could also argue against, which is not the purpose of the video. But the point I'm trying to get is the first thing we did is I said, okay, well, here's what the ad said. Here's what you say on the intro. Here's how you say it. Here's why you say it like that. And here's the entire scripting process. Now, typically as a life insurance agent, they give you just a script. But if that script and that intro does not coexist with the actual advertisement, yes, you can still call them and kind of say the same thing. But if you do not detail the agent on what's called the customer journey, you're typically going to be left high and dry with agents who get frustrated because they're like, oh, they said that they filled out this and they filled out this. The analogy I always give people is you'll buy leads from companies where it's like, yeah, I thought I was getting a free Walmart gift card or whatever. And somebody saying, hey, I didn't fill that out is just a defense mechanism for them to say, leave me alone. They're afraid to say no. Don't worry about that. The one that you should be concerned about is when they're like, well, I filled this out and it told me that I was going to get X, Y, and Z, right? Like they actually thought they were supposed to get like some free whatever and like it was toolkit. I don't know. There's millions of other things. The point being is that a lot of times agents get upset, but the reality is you should not be upset because all that means is you just don't know what the client saw. Now, if you knew what the client saw, when you called them, you would say what they saw and there wouldn't be any friction. And then you would still be able to get to your desired outcome. The reason why I love the life insurance space is because despite sales and marketing not being together, because you have lead vendors who are generating leads that don't exactly align with your script, so your clients are confused, then you're upset because you're like, well, I bought this lead, it wasn't good. It's like, no, well, you said final expense life insurance. The ad said local burial coverage. Those are kind of different. So if you say the wrong thing on the intro and they're already 60, 70, 80 years old, yes, they're not gonna really know. And yes, they probably are gonna get upset and hang up on you. Now you call it a bad lead. What I call it is sales and marketing not working together. It'd be like in my company, if we were like, yeah, man, we're pushing IUL leads. So you're gonna call these life insurance agents who've raised their hand and said they wanna buy IUL leads, and you call in the intro and say final expense. Well, they still want leads, but you're saying the wrong thing. Now, they may correct you if they really want it, but that's something they're gonna be like, no, I didn't fill that out. And they're gonna hang up. Or they're gonna be like, no, I'm not interested. And they're gonna hang up. And that's typically what happens. You're buying final expense leads, but what kind of final expenses on the advertising? Is it burial? Is it state regulated? Is it life insurance benefits? Is it just final expense coverage? Is it whole life? Well, that's super important because now when you speak to the client, you're in what's called alignment. Now, the key here that I've learned from helping hundreds of agents and now agencies start scaling past $1 million a month is that there needs to be a true relationship. Now, this is not just for Agent Lead Lab, right? For us, we're gonna provide all our clients with all the SOPs, the documents, the expected KPIs, etc. But I'm saying if you're an agent or agency owner who's working with another lead vendor or trying to figure something out, you need to establish a relationship. Now, most of the times there is no relationship because these lead vendors or these agents are in it for themselves and they don't come together. For example, if you went to a lead vendor as let's start with life insurance agent. You go to a lead vendor and you say, look, man, I just want some really good leads. Now I know that for you, getting clients to come back is always going to be a pain, just in general. So here's what I can do. I'll put my whole team on your leads, but you have to also at the same time be willing to show me the ads, show me the creative, help me help you. So I'm willing to pay. I don't mind whether it's a retainer or a per lead model or whatever, per appointment, however you want to do it. But I'll give you the volume, give me a little bit of a discount, and all I'm asking is that help me help you in this creative process so we can come to alignment. A new lead vendor, a new lead company is not gonna be like, oh man, nah, bro, I don't wanna do that. They should, unless they're super greedy. Now on the flip side, if you're a life insurance lead vendor, you should be reaching out to people that are agency owners and be like, look, man, I'm willing to work with you, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing, you guys gotta stay with me for at least 2 months. Right? You guys got to get people locked in. I'll be super transparent. Whatever. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if those two come together, you will both make money. Here's what I realized. I used to think that I had to charge people all this money and all this other stuff, and then they may come back. And when I realized when you make a really good product, like when you're actually good at what you do, then you go into relationships and you negotiate with LTV in mind. Like, dude, if I can get this client to stay for 6 months, who cares what it costs on the front end? The biggest thing for anybody in business, whether it's a life insurance agent selling a policy, is it sticking? Is it staying? That all you're doing when you like, now that I know business, all you're doing when you're selling life insurance policies is you're paying for a guaranteed LTV. In their mind, they have what their LTV typically is for their products or services. They're willing to front you the cash because they know if you keep paying, then they're going to make their money hand over fist. For example, let's say they charge $200 a month, or you get somebody for $200 a month, they'll give you $2,400 because they know they'll make $2,400 next year. So let's say their LTV is 10 years, they're going to make 24 grand. Like, hey, we'll give you 2,400 up front. We'll make 16, but if it charges back, you got to give us our money. It's an amazing relationship. I don't really see the issue with it. But the difference here is that if you don't properly find the right clients, you cannot properly make enough money. So there's a bad relationship. But if you do find the right clients and you teach your agents how to sell properly, you will make more money. The same thing happens as a lead vendor. The problem is we're working separately instead of working together. And in every other business, they work together. So you would make a lot more money if you work together because now you'd be combining both of your brains to say, how can I sell more and how can I get you more leads? You want to make more money. The only way you can make money is leads. So if you're not buying from me, you're buying from somewhere else. All the people that I've had over the years that have come work with me and then left and not come back, they're still working. There are some that have left and churned and whatever, but the ones that are really good, everybody doesn't stick with me. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've closed every single person and every single high performing agent loves my stuff. Absolutely not. And if a lead vendor tells you that, you should run the opposite direction because that's a lie. They may buy a bad batch, have a bad experience, and not work with you. You may run in a month where you're trying something new, some sort of new creative or angle, and vice versa. So, but at the end of the day, it's all about the relationship. It should be about the relationship and how the relationship can grow and how the relationship can prosper. And if both of you all have that in mind, you will continue to grow your agency. As an agent, you will continue to grow. As a lead vendor, lead company, you will continue to grow. But we need to come together. It's unfortunate because so many people want to be separate. They want to talk trash. They want to not do this, not do that. It's like, dude, if we all came together, everybody would make more money. We'd help more clients. We'd make more money. You'd be around a lot longer. Your agency would grow. It'd be stickier and everybody would be good. These are two departments that are supposed to work together. They're not supposed to be opposite. Right? The life insurance agent shouldn't be trying to say, yeah, man, let me get these super cheap leads and do this and give me a crazy discount. And the lead vendor shouldn't be like, yeah, bro, I generate a lead for 20, selling it for 60. Let me just like wax you with the price. It's like, no. Like, dude, if you generated the lead for 20 and sold it for 30, you made $10. Okay, you made less, but dude, if you had their whole entire agency ripping, you'd make way more money. The problem is you don't believe in your product and you don't have a relationship with them to where they're gonna consistently buy. So until that happens, it's gonna be super hard for you to scale. So I hope this video helped. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Side note, I literally recorded this whole entire video and it didn't record, but it's all right because I'm growing, I'm scaling myself. I'm doing a lot of this off of not a lot of this. I'm doing all this off my phone, but I will eventually get a studio. I will eventually have a mic. I have everything set up. It's all a growth process. So I appreciate you all for tapping in with me and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.